कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भूः मा ते सङ्गोऽस्त्वकर्मणि.
This is one of the most famous verses of the Bhagavad Gita. Those of you who are serious students, learn it by heart. So what is it saying? You have an adhikara, a right to action alone, never to its fruit. Your motivation should not be fruit of action, nor should you be attached to inaction. So what he is saying here is that there are three states. Predominantly tamasic person is steeped in inaction. Doesn't do anything, not even for himself. A rajasic person is very active, performs a lot of desire-ridden activities, but his attention is on the fruit all the time. What will I get out of it? How will I benefit? The profit motive is there, everywhere, even in a relationship. When you decide to make friends with someone, a rajasic person will only look at how do I benefit from this contact. A rajasic person will never ever think of how can I serve this person. That is only a sattvic person. So a sattvic person is one who just performs his obligations wholeheartedly, cheerfully, objectively, not expecting anything from that action. So he's not driven by the fruit. See, the fruit, a tamasic person needs the stick. Stick means you have to point out punitive action, punishment. Like most companies say, if you come more than 15 minutes late, you will be marked absent. And if you are marked absent for more than 3 days in a month, you will lose one casually. Then everybody struggles and comes on time. But if you don't have any such rule, people walk in aram se. Then it only means you belong to a donkey category. Donkey needs the stick all the time. Donkey needs to be whacked. Only then the donkey moves. Or rajasic state, the donkey needs a carrot. So you say, you do this and you will get so much, incentives. The chairman of companies are working for incentives. Managing directors are working for commission on sales. So they're all donkey category. Where is a sattvic person who's self-motivated, self-charged, who understands his or her obligation? Perform your obligation to the best of your ability. That's your only focus. That should be your only focus. Don't look at the fruit. Never must it be with the fruit, the outcome. Why is he saying this? Because for the simple reason that the fruit is not under your control. The fruit is dependent on the activities of other people. The fruit, in the ultimate sense, is dependent on the fruit. What is going to happen tomorrow is the sum total of all your past actions plus or minus your present action. So if you want the fruit to be positive and you have performed negative actions in the past, all that you need to do is perform powerfully good positive actions in the present so that your past is wiped out and the fruit will be positive. But if you sit there constantly anxious about, will I get it, will I not get it, what will happen to me, so on and so forth, what you are doing in effect is, instead of concentrating on the present action, you are allowing the mind, which is unsteady and fickle in any case, that's the nature of the mind. You are allowing the mind to meander into the unproductive channels of the unborn future and dead past. This happens because your intellect is not strong enough. And while performing a present action, your attention shifts to the past or the future, the present action goes. You mess it up and you meet with failure. This happens in the lives of each one of us. And so the intellect is very, very important. Right from day one, we have been highlighting on the importance of the intellect. And you must understand this. just to survive in life, you have to have your intellect in place. Because if the intellect goes down below a certain level, that is a sure sign of insanity.
Subscribe to the Vedanta Vision channel and tap the bell icon. You'll get notified whenever we upload a new video.